Now, also the 48-hour film project.
Yes, love that. I judged it one year, and I just love that event.
Well, it is coming up, and the early bird deadline is Tuesday, so make sure you do that. And then for those of you who just want to see it and participate, the filming is June 1st through the 3rd, and then, of course, the screenings will be right after that. And
finally, the royal wedding.
Don your
fascinators like I have on.
And head to Tinseltown because they are having the royal wedding there. Tickets are still available. I looked it up this morning. They are just $10, but there are only a few seats left.
They're not showing it live. They're showing it later in the morning. So you can sleep in and then still get to see it like it never even happened. Like it's the first time. All right, very good.
And remember, if you're born in Jacksonville, it's your own fault.
All right, Vic. That's over to you.
Well, here is something that may or may not be your own fault. Do you think that your boss hates you? Some of the things that could be signs and what you can do about it. We'll tell you next.
A grieving local mom turns to Facebook for support, and she's contacted by a kind stranger. Kind? Well, it turns out he's a cyber bully.
And then he just got really mean and hateful towards me.
I mean, really? What kind of man bullies a woman who just lost her dad? This guy has a history of terrorizing women, and I wanted it to stop. Now, he has to deal with police. The I-Team, uncovering, exposing, getting results.
Enjoy hours of family fun this summer in Splash's durable, long-lasting above-ground pools, or create memories that will last a lifetime in a vinyl liner in-ground pool, both at an affordable price. Splash, your backyard experts for over 50 years.
For 30 years, we're the first call for people in their time of need. Over 1 million calls last year alone. But who are we? With 400 lawyers and over 2,000 case staff, with offices in over 50 cities nationwide. Our lawyers travel the country every day, fighting for families, fighting for justice. No fight is too hard, no corporation is too powerful. We are everywhere for everyone, and we don't just fight. We have a winning track record, $1 billion last year alone. We are driven by the same values that we started with 30 years ago. No matter who you are or where you're from, everyone deserves an equal shot at justice. Who are we? We are for the people.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Mattress Firm. And to celebrate, we brought back our most popular offer. For a limited time, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase. That's up to a $699 value, free. But hurry, last time we sold out. Plus, we've dropped the price of a king to a queen and the price of a queen to a twin. So you can save up to $700 and get a free adjustable base for a total savings of up to $1,399. Hurry in, sale ends soon. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
How do you show up?
All right, let's go.
Do you just bring it? Or do you bring it all?
Focus. We gotta go.
Third row, like a pro.
Current owners, switch to GMC and get this low mileage lease on this 2018 GMC Acadia SLE1 for around $279 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Gather with family and friends to enjoy the outdoors in a beautiful patio set from Splash. Or create your own getaway and reduce stress with a relaxing hydrotherapy hot tub, both at an affordable price. Splash, your backyard experts for over 50 years.
9:22 this morning. Many of you might be getting ready to go to work, or maybe you're secretly watching this online.
Maybe.
Okay.
So
We're okay with that, too.
Yeah, here it goes. Here's a question. Does your boss hate you? Not do you hate your boss. Does your boss hate you? Reader's Digest put together a list of signs that your boss actually hates you, and they also have what you can do about it.
Hate is such a strong word.
Right, isn't it?
Really, really, really dislikes you. Okay, so here's one of them. He or she starts asking you a particular question over and over again. All bosses ask questions, but if yours is asking you why, it can be a subtle sign that they are upset with you.
So the best way to deal with this is to ask your boss, what's with the third degree? Yeah, that's a terrible, no, wait, don't do it. Don't say to your boss, what's with the third degree? Leave me alone. Not a good idea.
Yo.
Okay. So a career counselor with Fairy God Boss advises to use a neutral tone and do not get defensive. All right, so what if your boss sends you very curt emails? If it's become a pattern, it's time to chat with your boss about that.
The key is to talk in person, as tone in emails can often be misinterpreted. Same with text messages as well.
But, I mean, our boss is, like, super busy, and so are all of our bosses, so I don't really think when they send me something quick, it doesn't really, like, I don't think it's
because sometimes I respond to people very quickly.
I think it's effective. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks.
So far, that's strike 2 on this thing for me. Okay, go ahead.
So here's another one. He or she crosses their arms and turns away from you. The advice, respect your boss's boundaries and set up a time later to talk. Maybe it's not their day.
Yeah, I agree with that one, though. He or she gives you the silent treatment. Now, that's a bad sign. That could be one that they're shutting you out. Go to your boss as soon as possible and just try and clear the air.
Or finally, he or she wants an update on everything that you do. If your boss requires you to provide constant updates on your work, well, it might be a sign that they're not happy with you and they don't trust you.
Address the situation by asking for more detailed feedback on your work. And we do have one more thing. If you're excluded from email chains, conference calls, or meetings, you should address that too.
Schedule a private meeting with your boss asking for feedback.
They're phasing you out.
You're gone.
Yeah.
1 foot out the door.
So, lots of developments about the royal wedding. This morning, word from Meghan Markle about her father.
We're on top of the wedding front coming up. Plus, we are going to get an update on your storm front. Mark joins us with a full forecast. Coming up as we take a live look at Jacksonville Beach.
Also, we continue to follow this breaking news. FHP investigating a deadly crash at I-95 and the Buccaneer Trail. It has traffic shut down, involves a semi and a box truck.
Did you know that one person has died, another was taken to the hospital? Right now, all lanes of I-95 are closed just north of Buccaneer Trail. So southbound still moving, all lanes northbound on I-95 closed. The ramp is also closed, so the best advice is avoid the area.
Next ET. Now, if you mess up at the royal wedding, you might end up here. ET is all hands, arms, and legs in Windsor as Harry and Meghan Mania takes over. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Channel 4, the local station.
Tired of those old, outdated countertops? Granite Transformations offers maintenance-free engineered stone countertops installed over existing surfaces with no demolition. Call Granite Transformations now through Wednesday and get your new countertops starting as low as $95 per month.
What's the mini in your morning? Get the feeling of Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
I'm Adam Putnam. For me, it's always been Florida first. I grew up in Bartow, a fifth-generation Floridian, raising cattle and growing citrus. It was here that I learned my faith, responsibility, hard work, perseverance. Today, those values are missing, even looked down on by liberal elites. I've spent my life fighting back, and I'll never back down. Our shared values will guide me, and it will always be Florida first.
Beach Boulevard Automotive gives you a whole new perspective on the car buying experience. With over 300 vehicles, we are the largest independent dealer in Jacksonville. And our great Buy Here, Pay Here programs will get you in the car of your dreams. With certified mechanics on staff, you'll always get professional and courteous service. The best in selection, the best in financing, and the best in service. That is Beach Boulevard Automotive. Beach Boulevard Automotive.
You don't have to wait to sleep great. Memorial Day starts now at Mattress One. Get our biggest offers and our longest finance offer ever. 0% APR for 7 years. Mattress One is Florida's largest Tempur-Pedic retailer. Now save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic models. And for the first time ever, 0% APR for 7 years with equal payments. Plus free delivery and setup. Visit MattressOne.com to find a store near you.
What's up, Jackson? Doc Tony.
My staff and team of doctors have treated thousands of personal injury cases. Did you know that chiropractic is one of the main treatments for auto accidents? At Doc Tony Clinics, we provide you with the best care treatment for your injuries. Your health is our #1 priority, followed by proper case management to help you receive the best financial benefit for your case. Here in Florida, you only have 14 days to receive medical attention or you lose your benefits. It's important you call my office now at 1-888-88-8863.
Cows need to tip ice cream. Milk comes from cows. Everybody knows that. They're happy cows. His name is fresh cream, sugar, and milk. Very simple. This.
Breyer's Natural Vanilla. Milk and fresh cream and only sustainably farmed vanilla.
In a magical way, it tastes like magic.
Breyer's, the good vanilla. It's simple. We proudly partner with American farmers for grade A milk and cream.
Tired of those old, outdated countertops? Granite Transformations offers maintenance-free engineered stone countertops installed over existing surfaces with no demolition. Call Granite Transformations now through Wednesday and get your new countertops starting as low as $95 per month.
You're watching Channel 4, the local station, live with Nikki Kimbleton, Vic Micolucci, and traffic and breaking news with Sky 4. The morning show continues.
9:30 on this Thursday morning, and we have some new developments about the royal wedding.
Yeah, Meghan Markle's dad is not going to be attending. Kensington Palace tweeted a statement from Meghan Markle. She says, "Sadly, my dad will not be able to attend our wedding. I have always cared for my father and hope he can be given the space he needs to focus on his health."
I would like to thank everyone, she goes on to say, who has offered generous messages of support. Please know how much Harry and I look forward to sharing our special day with you on Saturday. And you can bet that there's some betting going on about the royal wedding.
There is. The British are placing all kinds of bets ahead of this wedding, and everything is on the table for this. I'm telling you, bets like, what color is the Queen going to wear?
Green is even money. Okay. Here's another one. Will her on-screen husband and Suits co-star Patrick Adams be at the wedding?
That's a good one. What dish will be served as the main course? And what will Prince Harry look like? Will he be clean-shaven or will he be a little scruffy like you see him there in the picture?
Oh, the suspense. Another one. What kind of car will Meghan Markle arrive in? And the company says bets are determined based on past popularity and the news.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones. I was looking over the list of them. So, all right, you want something fun to do when you're watching the royal wedding. The Ritz-Carlton in Amelia Island is hosting this royal wedding watch tea party. They started talking about this yesterday. This looks really fun.
It starts Saturday morning at 6:30 a.m. There will be plenty of food, and we're told lots of champagne.
Well, they're going to be making the cakes that they're having at the actual wedding. Cupcakes, it's a tea party, and then there's also a lot of champagne, like you mentioned. Mm-hmm. So all that for, I think, a fee of under $40 per person.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And then Cohan's, the Irish pub at the
That's
beach.
Right. They're
also
too.
like supporting their British brethren. So the owners there told me that they're having something, and we're going to pass that along to you
Wonderful.
as soon as we get all those details.
That's exciting as well. All right, so with Royal Wedding Mania taking over Windsor, it's going to be hard to miss all the awesome souvenirs.
Those celebrations will no doubt be a larger-than-life scale. Riley Carlson reports from Windsor.
For royal watchers in England and around the world, Prince Harry's wedding is the perfect excuse to throw a big bash.
Mostly it'll be parties at home, but there'll be street parties, close off the street, lay the tables out, bunting back and forth everywhere.
This party shop sits in London's Kensington Borough. Just a short walk from the palace the British princes William and Harry call home.
Princess Diana used to shop here off and on. Harry and Wills have been in.
From masks to mugs, if Harry came in now, he'd see his face on just about everything.
The best sellers, definitely the flags with Harry and Meghan on, and the cutouts, the life-size cutouts. A party in this day and age, everybody has to have a selfie with Harry and Meghan.
While hundreds of thousands are expected to head to Windsor, even more will be holding viewing parties of their own, gathering in neighborhoods to watch the event for the quintessentially British celebration, the street party.
Everybody getting together, the community, friends, enjoying and celebrating together.
Yeah. And if the bash is thrown for William William and Kate in 2011 are any indication, Brits will be very excited for another excuse to raise a glass. In Windsor, I'm Riley Carlson.
There you go.
I love it. So we've been asking for you to send in a picture if you think you look like Meghan Markle or Prince Harry.
Yesterday, we were doing a royal hair segment, and we noticed that one of the models, well, she actually did look a lot like Meghan.
She really did. So this is a great example. If you think you look like Meghan or Harry, send us a picture to our Facebook page messages because we would like to share them on Saturday.
Come on. Come on to the guys, too. We got to find a guy. There's a ginger out there that can
I'm sure there's got to
fit the bill.
We know there's people out there. Or just send us pictures of someone that you think looks like them. And you can watch the royal wedding right here on the local station.
Our coverage begins dark and early, Saturday at 5 a.m. I know you're excited about that.
I am excited about it. It's going to be fun, though. I think it's going to be really fun.
I was supposed to do it, but I'm going to be out of town.
I know. You have a thing with your brother. Yeah. Well, I will be here along with Jen and Bruce. And we have a lot of really fun stuff planned for you. So you're going to enjoy it if you tune in. It's 9:34 and time to get a look at forecast. You know, my son's had a soccer game. They keep trying to make it up. And so far, no dice.
Not going to happen anytime soon, is it, Mark?
It's going to be tough to schedule anything in the afternoon and be guaranteed dry weather. It just isn't going to happen here. We're in this wet pattern, and that will take us through the weekend. So it does look like we're starting out wet here today, and we'll wind up with those afternoon downpours to close out the day, kind of like what we had here yesterday. Outside that, some of you getting a break, especially along some of the coastal spots. As we take a look, you see those clouds zooming in over downtown where it's 76 degrees. And we do have rain on the forefront just here on the western side of town. You can see the airport's getting rain. This is lightened up a bit around Plummer and into the Spalding area. And as we work down into White House and into Normandy, the rain picks up a bit in intensity over back towards Riverside and Avondale. This will continue to move into the downtown area and push up into Ocean Way. Further out, we go into Clay County and Union and Bradford counties. They're getting some rain. And at the top of the show, I told you how stark you're going to get that thunderstorm that's coming into your neighborhood as well. And this is somewhat of a training band that extends into Gainesville. What I mean about that is it's going to last for a while because our steering flow today is still being governed by this trough lower pressure out here over the Gulf. And that will put us into this fairly swift upper level southwesterly steering. So storms that move will tend to be linear, and you can see how these lines are shaping up here as we head through the mid-morning hours. Lines of rain coming through at around 11:30 into noontime. You're really going to be caught by some downpours around Duval and Nassau County. And then as we head through the afternoon, I think the main event is going to be taking place across Putnam into southern Clay and St. Johns County. There's where we could see some of the heavier downpours as we head through the latter portions of the day. And then all that lifts into Jacksonville as well. So when you see this forecast, that's why we've got a 70% chance of rain in there through the afternoon, with those thunderstorms becoming a little bit more pronounced than taking over the showers like what we're seeing out there right now. Then on Friday, we do it again. Not so much rain during the morning, but here we are into 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. You can see the rain piling up along the I-95 corridor and lingering until after sunset. And if you're looking for drier weather, I think over the next hour, you might see that along the beaches before we get into wetter conditions along our coastal areas this afternoon. And taking you through the weekend, I think Saturday will be the drier day compared to Sunday, but tomorrow actually gets wetter than today, as we can see in this forecast. No real dry days in store for us, even as we head into next week. So maybe the rainy season is here a little bit earlier. One thing is that's certainly going to put the fires out, and no worries for wildfires. All right, back to you guys.
That's the good news for sure.
Mm-hmm. Silver lining.
Yes.
Well, the Force is about to be with us here on News for Jax. We have some Star Wars fun coming up ahead of the big weekend.
Looking forward to it. Stay tuned.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Mattress Firm. We've dropped the price of a king to a queen and the price of a queen to a twin across every brand. That means you can save up to $700. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Wayne Fryer McClinney is so proud to be Florida's #1 dealer. Right now, Wayne Fryer McClinney has over 100 homes available immediately. Great 5 bedrooms for only $79.9 with free furniture. 4 bedrooms for only $69.9. And many 2018 lot models are for sale. Thousands off with free furniture packages. but only at Wayne Fryer McClinney. And visit WayneFryerMcClinney.com or call 904-259-HOME.
Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in a shiny fork and been like, wow, I have it going on today? Because I just caught a glimpse of myself in that fork and wow, I have got it going on today.
At Zaxby's, our flavor speaks for itself, like the Sensation Salad. Hand-breaded chicken fingers and wonton strips on freshly chopped greens drizzled with honey sesame sauce, served with Asian slaw and a veggie egg roll. Friends, family flavor. Zaxby's.
Am I having a good egg roll day or what?
I was 17 years old when I joined the Marine Corps, and I retired in 2008 as a Chief Warrant Officer, Personnel Officer. Dan and I actually met in North Carolina. No one wants to believe that their time is limited. My experience with Navy Mutual, they treated me like I was family.
At Navy Mutual, we've been serving military families for over 135 years. And while much has changed, the compass that guides us never has.
Navy Mutual, by far, is the best that I've ever had to deal with.
At AT&T, we believe in access, the opportunity for everyone to explore a digital world full of possibilities, connecting with family, friends, and the things that matter most. And because nothing keeps us more connected than the internet, we've created Access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, deposit, or installation fee. Visit att.com/access now to learn more.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Mattress Firm, and we brought back our most popular offer. For a limited time, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase. That's up to a $699 value, free. But hurry in, last time we sold out. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
All of us have been touched by cancer in some way, and we know treatments can be life-changing and expensive. Now making things worse, some insurance companies are refusing to pay for one life-saving therapy.
I want my husband to live and be here for our child.
The extreme lengths one Florida dad is taking to fight the disease.
They get angry because you shouldn't have to.
And the one step you can take right now to protect yourself from the same fate.
Cancer Cost, tonight at 5:15 on News 4 Jax. This weather forecast is driven by Keith Pearson Toyota.
Star Wars fans, are you ready? The new Star Wars movie Solo, A Star Wars Story, is out next Friday. A lot of people are already excited about it, and here is a look at the trailer. Nope, we don't have it. They must have some interference with the lightsabers here. Anyways, you can start celebrating early. There is a big celebration this Saturday. It's at the Jacksonville Landing downtown. It is called Force Fest. So joining us this morning to talk about it, some of the producers of Force Fest, Max Michaels and CJ Allen, along with Lightsaber Academy over here. So good morning to all you guys. Appreciate you coming in.
How's it going?
Bright and early. I know that, the dark side doesn't always like to get up this early in the morning. But either way, this is a big event. You guys have been working on planning it for quite some time. Tell me what it's all about.
Well, this is our fourth year. We started off with when they came out with The Force Awakens, and we wanted to do something special for Jacksonville to bring, the Star Wars fans together. So we did that, and we just keep going every year, doing it the week before the movie comes out. So this year we moved it into May, and just having a great time.
And there's just something about people that are diehard Star Wars fans that they just love to get together. They love to dress up and just celebrate, right? I mean, tell me about that bond.
Well, when you've got 200-300 people welding lightsabers in a park at one time, usually we do it at dark, and it's magical.
Okay. And where's your costume, by the way?
In the dryer.
Still at the dry cleaner?
Yeah, there you go.
We leave that to the professionals.
So tell me about Lightsaber Academy. What is that?
Well, these guys, Vern over here will be able to tell you the most about that. He's the head of the Master Will is the head of the.
Well, he's not mic'd up, but you can kind of come over here if you want to and talk into my microphone. So just speak real loud. Yeah, that's my microphone. So tell me about the academy here.
The academy is a nonprofit organization. We do a lot of community outreach, but we also have a performance division where we do a lot of performances within areas within the city, put on shows, get the crowd involved, wow the crowd a little bit.
Okay. So certainly have a lot of fun. So as far as Force Fest, is it scary or is it good for the whole family?
Absolutely family friendly. We have a great time. We have some cosplayers. We have a Han Solo cosplayer coming. People get their photo with him. We have a bunch of costume groups as well.
501st is coming, the Stormtrooper group. It's absolutely family-friendly fun.
It's a free event.
Can you guys show us something real quick? I know that you practiced for it. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the Force Fest is this Saturday. Okay, so it's May 19th, the same day as the Royal Wedding. You can get up and watch the Royal Wedding. And then you can get on your car.
4 p.m. to 9 p.m. So.
Yeah, so you get up early, you watch the Royal Wedding, you get that out of you. Then it's 4 to 9 p.m. It is May 19th at the Jacksonville Landing downtown. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
With you all. Nikki?
It's the Memorial Day sale at Mattress Firm. We've dropped the price of a king to a queen and the price of a queen to a twin across every brand. That means you can save up to $700. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Join us for Military Appreciation Night, Saturday, May 19th at the Veterans Memorial Arena. Get a special buy one, get one free ticket offer for both active and retired military along with their families. Call 904-621-0700.
It's cancer. These words and the tough choices that follow are some of the most overwhelming you and your family can face. Explore your options. Consider more than 10 years of proton therapy experience, research advances, and compassionate care from our UF Health physicians and staff to help you beat cancer. Live life to the fullest. Choose the UF Health Proton Therapy Institute. Harder on cancer, easier on you.
It's not a big deal. I can text, drive a car, and drink a cup of coffee. Those are the words of a careless driver. But words can't explain the pain a family goes through when they lose a loved one because of a distracted, careless driver. At Barnes & Cohen, we make negligent drivers face the tragedy and suffering they've caused. Barnes & Cohen, helping everyday people win justice. Call us today for a free consultation, 346-HELP.
Now through Memorial Day, discover great styles for your home from the Cindy Crawford Home Collection. Plus, now you can finance interest-free for 60 months until June 2023, 5 years from now. There's no interest adding up, no interest period for 60 months until June 2023. So get the perfect furniture for your home. Now through Memorial Day from Cindy Crawford Home and Rooms to Go.
It's not surprising that the most memorable memorials are the ones we plan ourselves. After all, who knows you better than you? So why not get a plan together and let us take care of the details? It's what we're known for. Find out how at DignityJacksonville.com. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other.
Beat the heat with Solar Shade Window Tint, a Lumar partner. Lumar window tints help reduce heat and excessive glare. With military, veteran, and teacher discounts, Solar Shade Window Tint has you covered. Call today to set up your appointment or visit SolarShadeWindowTint.com.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Mattress Firm, and we brought back our most popular offer. For a limited time, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase. That's up to a $699 value, free. But hurry in, last time we sold out. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
It's 9:47, and we continue to follow a breaking traffic alert out of Yulee. The Florida Highway Patrol is on the scene of a deadly crash there.
Yeah, a viewer sent us this video. It looks really bad. It involves a semi and a box truck. We do know that somebody died in this crash, and another person was hurt.
This is a live look right now from our morning cam. Right now, all lanes of I-95 are closed just north of Buccaneer Trail. All lanes of 95 north. Southbound is still moving, probably a little bit slower because of the onlookers. So certainly be careful either way. And it's just a good, a sad, and a somber reminder to be careful on the roadways, especially with all these storms that come through. Those slick roadways, just a dangerous combination.
Really is.
Well, imagine going to a cafe and instead of additional cream or sugar, adding mushrooms to your drink.
Not for taste, okay? Let's get that clear. These days, the fungus fad is in full bloom, with mushroom powders touting all sorts of health benefits.
And News4Jax reporter and anchor Melanie Lawson looks at what's behind this boom and if it's for you.
Jeff Danson isn't drinking an ordinary smoothie. It includes, of all things, mushroom powder. The smoothies are his go-to now, but at first,
I just was like, no, I doesn't sound good to me.
interest in mushroom powders is skyrocketing. Increase in online searches is up 454% in the past 3 years. In addition to the smoothies, the powders are being stirred into coffees and teas or added to soups and stews. The mushrooms aren't the culinary types you usually buy at the market, but have exotic names and have been used medicinally in parts of the world for years.
They're considered by many people in certain cultures to be the ultimate remedy for almost anything.
Preliminary research shows nutrients in mushrooms can stimulate the immune system, reduce blood pressure, and some people even fight some cancers. The powders themselves aren't regulated by the FDA, but some suggest things like promotes focus, cardiovascular, and skin health, boosts cognition. Jeff says he sees a difference.
I feel like I'm more concise, more focused. My skin has improved.
Experts like nutritionist Masha Davis warns that more research needs to be done, so do your homework.
There's also a lot of really extreme claims being made about mushrooms, and many of these claims are not backed up by science.
Davis also cautions that how much you take is important too.
The mushrooms in the powders are more highly concentrated, which means that the effects could be magnified.
While the effects might feel strong, the taste can too, so special formulas and ingredients are often added for flavor.
All this stuff tastes incredible.
Melanie Lawson, Channel 4, the local station.
Experts remind us that mushrooms are exotic foods with the potential of allergies and also side effects.
Yeah, so check with your doctor before trying them. That looked like a pretty fun guy.
Ah, you stole my joke.
I set you up, that's why.
My joke.
Nikki, that's why I paused a little bit to give it to you. I gave you your 10 seconds, you didn't take it.
Finally, I had fun.
You didn't take it. The opportunity was there. I teed it up. You didn't take it.
All right, it's time for our free for you giveaway. The fourth caller, you win a ticket voucher for 2 tickets, dinner, and a show to see A Fox on the Fairway at the Alhambra Dinner Theater.
It's now showing through June the 10th. Right now, all you got to do is call 1-800-510-0829. And when you call, tell them whose jokes you think are better. Mine or Nikki?
Yeah, well.
I'm not even going to lie that I took that one, but I gave her the
I know.
But as a whole, let us know whose jokes are better, okay? It's a big contest. And complete contest rules for this one are on newsforjax.com/contests. Well, no one won last night's Powerball jackpot.
They did it. The jackpot was $280 million. Here are the numbers. 17, 19, 21, 22, 51, 19. And the power play is 2.
The next drawing is Saturday, and that jackpot is now at 306 million buckaroos.
And that would be nice.
Well, Positively Jax, we are celebrating moms all month long.
We are. In 50 words or less, share the best advice your mom ever gave you. We randomly pick one winner and read your entry in the 8 a.m. hour of the morning show each Wednesday in May.
Winners will also get a $250 gift card. Prizes are provided by Fields Land Rover of Jacksonville. Go to newsforjax.com/contest to enter and read the complete contest rules.
You can enter your mom until 4 p.m. on May 29th. Well, caught on camera, a soldier reunites with a dog that she rescued in Iraq. Tampa International Airport shared this video. So Army Reserve Sergeant Tracy McKithern found a starving dog, and she took care of it.
How special is that? She named the dog Irby after Erbil, the largest city in northern Iraq. It's been several months since they've seen each other. Irby spent some time with troops from Italy and Germany. Now, thanks to donations from a nonprofit group, they are together back here in the Sunshine State.
Yep, he's just excited. Rubbing his scent all over her again. That's awesome. I love that.
What a special surprise.
That is. So the Big Apple is offering a unique pickle combination.
The tasty details coming up ahead.
Violent home invasions caught on tape.
A 6'2", bald, shirtless man is coming through my window. I'm on my bed. I'm in my underwear. He's gonna rape me.
All nuance. Today at 10 on Channel 4.
Drive away in style during the Lincoln Spring Sales Event at North Florida Lincoln. Get 0% financing on a 2018 Lincoln Black Label for 66 months and receive luxury and membership benefits only at North Florida Lincoln, Jacksonville's exclusive Lincoln Black Label dealer.
Need new furniture for your home? When other furniture stores say no, Wayne's Fine Furniture and Bedding says yes. Yes to no credit needed financing. Yes to 120 days same as cash. And yes to only $40 down. Yes, only $40 down and pay in full within 120 days with no fee. Apply on our website for instant pre-approval. Beautiful quality furniture for every room in your home. Buy from a store you can trust. Get pre-approved today on our website at waynesfinefurnitureandbedding.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Spencer at Riverside Dental and Implant Center. If you have bad teeth
and just want a proud new smile to change your life,
Implants, dentures that actually fit and more, for a free exam and consultation, call us at 1-800-NEW-TEETH, just like 20,000 other patients have done for many years.
and it won't cost you an arm and a leg.
I got my smile back.
It absolutely changed my life.
What are you waiting for?
Accidents can happen at any time, and when you've been injured, you want answers right away. You can call Harrell & Harrell 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We will answer those questions, start the process, and help you get your life back together. Chat with us at HarrellandHarrell.com or call us 251-1111 anytime. Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is where your carefree spirit gets kicked into high gear, where you can relax or let the good times go full throttle. In Daytona Beach, you have a 500-foot sandy backdrop to unplug and reconnect. You have the freedom to be yourself. Make a short drive for a quick getaway today. This is wide open fun. Plan your trip today at DaytonaBeach.com. North Florida Lincoln invites you to discover luxury during the Lincoln Spring Sales Event now at North Florida Lincoln. Lincoln Black Label vehicles were just recognized by J.D. Power. Wonderful ownership benefits await you now at North Florida Lincoln, serving North Florida for 75 years.
Here's a look at today's morning lineup. At 10, bringing healthy back on Dr. Oz. Then at 11, celebrate Jacksonville on River City Live, followed by News 4 Jax at noon. It's all coming up next on the local station.
9:56 now, and we are covering several big stories today. Here are the 4 ones in case you missed it before you head out the door. Honoring and remembering a fallen JSO officer. You are encouraged to line the streets and to help salute JSO officer Lance Whitaker as his body is moved to a funeral home. This happening at 11 o'clock. We will carry it live, and we have the details on our website, newsforjax.com.
Jacksonville police investigating the discovery of a body of a young man in northwest Jacksonville. His body was found on Old Kings Road in the Allendale neighborhood.
We continue to monitor the giant hole in the road that formed on Beach Boulevard. All lanes are open for traffic headed east, except for that turn lane. This, of course, near Hodges Boulevard.
And Kensington Palace announcing that Meghan Markle's dad will not be able to attend the wedding, and it is because of health reasons. All right, how does this sound? Pickled flavored ice cream. Is that if you're, with a child? I don't know. Lucky Pickle Dumpling Company in New York is actually dishing this out.
The serving of the soft serve topped with pickle slices sells for $5 a pop. The executive chef of the restaurant says it has a surprisingly refreshing taste. There you go. Would you try it?
No, I don't think so. I might try a bite just to see. Just out of curiosity. All right, get a final look at our forecast. You can expect some more rain today, especially in the afternoon.
If you're going to be outside, you might be in a pickle as those storms come through.
All right, have a great day, everybody. Happy Friday Eve.
More people in Northeast Florida and South Georgia get their news from News 4 Jax than anywhere else.
AT&T gives you more for your thing.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, is Scott home?
Yeah, he is. Come on in. Hi. Hey, Scott home? Oh, yeah, he is. He's right over there.
Hey, is Scott home?
Hi, is Scott home?
Is Scott home? Hey, is Scott home?
No.
Can I maybe get the Wi-Fi password?
Enough internet for everyone. Switch to ultra-fast AT&T Fiber. More for you or share the love thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
How is affordable dentures and implants so much less expensive?
It's all they do, so they're amazing.
But who has time for all that?
Everybody. They made these while we waited. Took one day.
They'll treat me okay?
Like family.
I can't believe I'm doing this. We should have done it years ago.
For affordable dentures, implants, and extractions, call 1-800-DENTURE today. One call and one day can change your tomorrow.
Hey, hon? What's going on here?
It's called a yard sale, Jim.
Yeah, but
Haverty's is having a sale. So am I.
Haverty's Memorial Day Makeover Sale is here. Get $100 off when you spend $1,000 for a limited time only. With a sale this good, right now is the perfect time to make over your home. Haverty's. Life looks good.
What's up, Jacksonville? If you're injured in a car accident, it's always necessary to go to the emergency room. The facts are, the majority of the injuries involve injuries to your soft tissue, hair, and the ER. So call me first, Doc Tony, at 1-888-888-8863.
This Weather Authority update is brought to you by Wakehoff's AC. Smart, clean, professional.
We've got rain in Nassau County extending into Duval and some soakers moving into Stark. Yes, it's a wet start. It will be a wet afternoon. The forecast at noon.
Sky 4, one of a kind, the only local helicopter bringing you important stories at night.
Violent home invasions caught on tape.
A 6'2", bald, shirtless man was coming through my window. I'm on my bed, I'm in my underwear, he's gonna rape me. And he just immediately started punching me.
What would you do if you came face to face with an armed intruder? The real-life horror stories of outrageous home invasions. How you can keep your home and your family safe. Coming up next. I want to warn you, the stories you will hear today will shock you. The footage you're about to see is very disturbing. Hidden cameras have revealed the unthinkable. Violent home invasions caught on tape with families forced to fight for their lives. What would you do if you came face to face with an armed intruder? On today's True Crime, could this happen to you? We're going inside the real-life horror stories of outrageous home invasions and revealing how you can keep your home and your family safe.
It's crime that hits way too close to home.
A home invasion in Bloomfield Township, and the dispatch call is chilling.
As more people turn to surveillance security technology, more home invasions are being caught on camera.
You can see what appears to be two teenagers throwing a rock through the bedroom window. The teens then go inside for about 10 minutes and then leave the home with a bag full of valuables.
Like this notorious nanny cam assault from 2013. The footage helped capture Sean Custis, who is now serving life in prison for the brutal attack. But with home invasions on the rise in various areas around the country, how can you keep from becoming another shocking statistic?
What happens when you're forced to fight for your life in an instant? Joining me now are Bree Haley, two sisters who saved their lives. Not that nothing, in fact, to fight for each other's well-being after an intruder came into your home. I'm still stunned, the audacity of what was attempted. But let's get into it. What was the time you realized there was a problem? How did the intruder get into the house in the first place?
Yeah, so Kaylee and I had just moved in. We'd been there for 6 days. I opened my bedroom window just a little bit that night. It had just finished raining. We just wanted some fresh air in my bedroom. So I opened my bedroom window. It was really hard to get open. They had painted over the windowsill a few times. And as I was, I remember bending down trying to open it, and I could only get it open about an inch. And I was like, oh, whatever. So I set an alarm on my phone to remind me to shut my window at midnight. Well, Kaylee came home, and she's with her boyfriend. They were downstairs just visiting or whatever. And when he left, I heard Kaylee, she went in the bathroom, which was next to my bedroom. And so she was getting ready for bed. I went in there and we just had sister talk and said, "Good night, love you." She went downstairs to her room, which was directly beneath my room. I went back into my room. I was working on my computer and I heard a voice say, "Hey." And I thought, oh, that's kind of strange. Like, but there was a 6-foot fence all around our house. My window was 7 feet off the ground. So I knew, like, there's no one there. And we didn't know anyone. We just moved in. But then a few more minutes went by, and I heard the same voice, and this time he said, "Hey, girl, I'm coming in." And when I turned my head, probably from me to the end of this couch, a 6'2", bald, shirtless man was coming through my window.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was terrifying. And my initial thought was, I'm on my bed, I'm in my underwear, he's going to rape me. And I needed to get off my bed, so I jumped off my bed, I went to my window thinking I could push him out. But as soon as I got to my window, he was coming in like this, and he was standing up. And so my face we met like face to face, and then he stood all the way up, and he just immediately started hitting me. Another guy was just like, "Okay, what does he need?" And I offered him my phone. I had my phone in my hands. "Here's my phone, there's my computer, there are my keys, take whatever you want, just get out of my house." And he didn't take anything, and he just immediately started punching me. And so I figured, like, he must be here for drugs. Like, this is somebody's dad, this is somebody's brother. I'll just give him something for drug money, and then he'll just leave.
Is he speaking it at all? Is he saying
at this point he told me to shut up and cooperate with him, or he was going downstairs to get my little sister. And that was this chilling moment because I knew he had to be watching us.
Yeah. So, Bri, you're being at this point beaten up.
Yeah. So we were fighting, and I pull him out, and so now we're in the kitchen, and it's just me and him just going at it.
And Kayla, if I can ask you, when did you first realize there was an issue, that your sister was fighting for her life?
So at this point, I was still in bed. I was barely falling asleep, and then I heard her struggling upstairs with him at that point. So literally, I had closed my eyes and was about to fall asleep, and I heard them upstairs.
And so what you did? What you think was going to...
I knew immediately. I mean, it sounded so awful, and I could tell by the tone in her voice that it was really bad. So I didn't have time to really think about anything. I jumped right out of bed and ran upstairs at that point.
Right, so both of you are now there. You're being attacked.
Yeah.
You're running to save your sister.
Yeah.
And figure out what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Any idea from either of you why he was there? What did he want?
No, I mean, we didn't know at that point.
Yeah,
we were offering him.
Yeah, we offered him anything he wanted, our keys, our purses, whatever he wanted, but it was just physical. He didn't care to leave.
And did you ever find out what he wanted? Why he was watching you, obviously.
Yeah,
what do you think he wanted?
Later on through the night, there were times that he was saying he was going to rape us, and then he was going to kill us. When Kaylee ended up leaving later on to find help, he had told me that he was going to kill me and then rape my dead body. And so, and we knew that, like, something was off. We knew something was wrong. But there wasn't, like, a lot of communication because we were just fighting and fighting. But like I said, when he came in, I was frozen. I didn't think to physically fight back. And so Kaylee saved me. She came upstairs and she fought, and that's what reminded me that I needed to fight.
What did she do?
Well, when I first heard, so we're in the kitchen, and I just kept thinking, I don't want Kaylee to feel this. I don't want her to experience what I was experiencing. I just wanted this man out of my house. And then I heard this voice just screaming, and it wasn't a voice that I recognized, and I kind of thought, like, oh my gosh, she brought a friend or someone else is in my house. And I turned around, and there was Kaylee, and she came to fight, and she came to protect me.
This is a special.
Yeah. So we fought for a long time. I remember thinking, okay, at least he doesn't know we have a basement. I remembered the Elizabeth Smart story, and I remembered her sister at some point saying, scream and fight. And then that kind of clicked for me. And then when he hit Kaylee, that's when it all got physical. But as soon as I finished, I thought, like, at least he doesn't know we have a basement. He picked me up and kind of threw me towards our basement stairs. Oh. So I knew that he knew the layout of our house. I put my feet and my knees up against the door frame, and I was hitting him exactly where every girl is taught to hit a boy, and nothing was happening. And it was such a hopeless, scary feeling because I knew a girl is taught to hit a boy there, to claw his eyes out, to hit somebody in the throat. Well, he was too tall. I couldn't reach his eyes. It was dark. I was hitting him where I was supposed to hit him, and nothing was happening, and it was terrifying. Kaylee was standing behind me on the first stair, at that point, and he reached his left leg. He lifted his left leg up and like ninja kicked Kaylee down the stairs.
Oh my goodness.
So there's 17 steep stairs. Her body didn't hit one. The only thing that stopped her was her head going through a wall at the bottom of the stairs.
Now, he's also armed at this point.
Yeah, we didn't know that at this point yet. We didn't know that he had a knife at this point.
Yeah, so we're all fighting. He pushes me down the stairs. Kaylee got back up and was running up the stairs.
Have to be ninja kicked all the way to the bottom.
Yes. Yeah, she got back up.
Don't mess with her.
Yeah, no.
Don't mess with Kaylee. She looks petite.
Yeah, so so then we were all just fighting at the bottom of the stairs. We had called 911 4 times. I remember saying, Siri, call 911. She said, I'm sorry, Bray, I don't understand. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, you need to understand, call 911, right? And so I did it again 3 times, the same result. And so I said, Siri, call Dad. And she said, calling Dad. And so she calls my dad, but then he's 40 minutes away. Like, there's nothing he could do at that point. But luckily, I unlocked my phone. I was able to dial 911. I called 911. I saw that they picked up. And I intentionally put my phone on the furthest stair I could reach. I turned the speaker towards me. And for over a minute, I just said our address over and over again, pleading for help. Unfortunately, our calls weren't dispatched. We don't know why our calls weren't dispatched, but they weren't dispatched. And Kaylee called 3 times, and there's just like, we're calling 911, and we just figured, like, they just need to know our address. They just need to know we need help. We kept fighting, and then
But they're not picking up.
They picked up. I saw that they were counting, so they have all of our calls. And it's just kind of a bizarre thing, and we still don't have an answer to
You don't know why 911 never sent anyone to help?
No. Not at least our calls weren't, our personal calls that we called were not dispatched.
So how did this all come to an end?
Yeah, so...
How are you sitting here? You got a guy 6'2". I mean, to be honest with you, you're not big people.
Yeah.
This is not a battle that I'd bet on you with.
No, not at all. No.
So, I mean, we were still fighting him at the bottom of the stairs. It was dark. It was kind of a mess. And eventually we realized that he had a knife. And so at that point, Brianne was like, you need to go get help. And I wasn't going to leave her at this point. And so I was like, I can't leave. But then she started saying, Kaylee, he's stabbing me. You need to leave. And so at that point, I finally ran upstairs and went outside and found our officer, Ben.
Unbelievable. All right, up next, a shocking twist in this story you'll never see coming. Stay with us. Today's big news! Let's start with this brand new Alzheimer's drug. Why is it the biggest breakthrough in the last 50 years?
Then. It is naturally depressing. It's heartbreaking. It's tragic.
Academy Award-winning actress Marcia Gay Harden is opening up. She's revealing the scary first moment when her own mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
We dismiss it. We deny it because to accept it is probably one of people's greatest fears.
All New Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow.
Every day, Zulily brings you something special.
This toy oven is adorable. Chloe's gonna lose her mind.
Chloe, that's the perfect name for a pastry chef.
A celebrity pastry chef.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. She will name her signature cupcake after me, the Fudgy Carol. The whole world will be licking my legacy from their sticky fingers. Isn't that right, Chloe? Genius.
Zulily, something special every day.
All right, I brought in high protein to help get us moving and help you feel more strength and energy in just 2 weeks. I'll take that.
Ensure high protein with 16 grams of protein and 4 grams of sugar. Ensure.
Run to the store for your ticket to see Solo, a Star Wars story.
Hey!
Okay, walk. You can collect 3 specially marked Big G cereals for your free movie ticket today. Solo, a Star Wars story in theaters May 25th, rated PG-13.
The Dr. Oz Show is sponsored by Ashley Home Store. The more you buy, the more you save during Ashley Home Store's Memorial Day sale. Save up to 25% off store-wide. Plus, discover bonus savings up to 50% off. Like this 2-piece sectionally no dollar performance fabric. Save $500. Save $700 $700 on his 5-piece bedroom and $1,000 on his 5-piece dining room. Plus, save up to $1,000 on the top names in sleep from the #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer in America. Or get the lowest payments with 0% interest for 8 years. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale now at Ashley Home Store.
To be a lawyer at this firm, you have to have compassion for people who can't help themselves.
And your life's mission must be to always fight to make a wrong right.
Call Farah and Farah at 396-5555.
There are dozens of marine biologists in Florida learning the language of dolphins. You think that's amazing? The Florida Lottery has awarded over 775,000 Bright Future scholarships to help students like Carly McGregor achieve their dreams. See Carly's story and others at FLALottery.com/brightfutures. Take that, asthma. Take that, back pain. Take that, broken leg. Take that, stroke. Take that, flu. Take that, chest pain. Go to an Orange Park Medical Center ER for the shortest average ER wait times in the area. Oh, and take that, tummy ache. Have you ever considered what braces can do? It can give you a beautiful smile that can empower you in school, business, and social situations. David & Associates have been providing quality braces and Invisalign for children, teens, and adults for over 20 years. Call for a free consultation.
Countdown to the royal wedding. Inside Meghan's mom's meeting with the Queen. Watch the next Inside Edition tonight at 7:30 on Channel 4.
I'm back with Sisters Bree and Kaylee, who came face to face with a violent home intruder. So you guys survived because of each other's strength. Wow. We're going to tell what happened in a second now, but that's unbelievable that you came that close to death. But I do want to hear what happened. So you go outside, and here's a picture of you in the hospital bed after this, coming so close to death.
Yeah.
First, tell us what happened to you, and then I want to come back to how you ended up not dying. So you're getting stabbed.
Great. Yeah. So he was on top of me, and I noticed that his right hand wasn't actively punching me anymore. And I kind of had the thought, like, what's happening? Like, what is he doing? Kaylee was hitting him with something, and he was saying, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to effing kill you. And Kaylee said, no, I'm going to kill you. And using the same vocabulary. And my first thought was like, oh my gosh, I just said a really bad word. But then you're like...
That wouldn't have been my first thought. Right?
No, and it shouldn't have been mine either. Like, who cares? But anyway, so it's like kind of funny now. But then I reached to grab something, and I turned my hand, and when I opened my hand, I could see his knife perfectly. But keep in mind, our basement is completely dark. Yeah. I think it was... it had to be divine help that helped me see that knife. Because if I didn't see the knife, I wouldn't have felt him stabbing me. I didn't feel any of it. So he started stabbing me. He stabbed me 4 times in the stomach and once in the leg. Each stab wound, 3 of the stab wounds were at least 4.5 inches deep in my stomach and in my leg. They're prison stabs. They're the stabs that are supposed to kill people the fastest. I had been on...
Stick it in and twist it.
Yeah, and it was kind of like he was going like this. Like, it wasn't just like an in and out stab. And so I knew that he was intentionally trying to kill me. Anyway, and him and Kaylee are fighting, and she had pulled apart this metal rack, and she was hitting him so hard with it that it bent to like a 45-degree angle. So she runs up to leave to get more help. She turned the kitchen light on, and so now there was a little bit of light. And me and my attacker were just still fighting, and he stood up with his knife pointing towards me, and he put his head over his left shoulder and said, now I'm going to get your little sister. And then he laughed. Like he was enjoying it, like it was some kind of a joke. Luckily, with what I believe was the help of angels, I was able to pull him back down after being stabbed, after being beat up. I didn't have that kind of strength. So I pull him back down, and then throughout this fight, he picks me back up. He has his knife at my throat, and I kind of gave up. Like, okay, you can kill me, just please don't kill my sister. And then I heard a little voice say, fight. And so I knew I needed to keep fighting. And so I kicked something, it pushed us back down. So now we're in the washroom. We're kind of laying down, and my back is on his chest. He wraps his legs over my legs, and then his arm over my arms. and then his knife is at my throat. His head's behind my head. There's nothing I can do. I can't move. I put my hand on his arm, and I remember trying to pull his knife away from my throat. I could feel his lips on my ear whispering that he was going to kill me, that this was it. And I just remember thinking, like, okay, fine. Like, if you're going to kill me, whatever. But just please don't kill Kaylee. Please don't fight my sister. And right when he flexed his knife to slit my throat, I heard Salt Lake City police drop the knife.
How'd you got this officer? He wasn't even on duty.
Yeah, so I was outside. I was just screaming, literally bloody murder outside, and he was in the neighborhood for a different phone call. So he heard me from the end of the street screaming, and he walked up, and I basically just led him in the house and kind of tried to explain to him what was going on our way inside, but I led him downstairs. And
he wasn't there because of 911 or anything, just complete divine intervention at this point.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. He was there on a completely separate call. He had no clue what was going on with us.
He gets to the basement laundry room, and you have a knife to your throat. This man head's behind your head, so you can't even shoot him.
Yeah.
And what happened?
That's probably the biggest learning experience of that whole night, besides the lesson I learned about the power of love and how it can save, especially a sister's love. But the second lesson was I am wrapped in a man's body, a complete stranger. He doesn't know me, doesn't know my name, and it kind of just destroyed my self-esteem. Like, someone who didn't even know me was going to kill me. But then 8 feet in front of me was another complete stranger, another man who I didn't know, and he didn't know my name, and he came down. He gave my attacker 3 chances to drop the knife. The attacker didn't listen to him. Instead, he warned the officer to step back because he was going to stick me. And when he extended his arm to come back and stick me, his head came out from behind my head. Our cheeks were touching. And Officer Hone took 1 shot, hitting him, my attacker, in the nose, 1 inch away from my face.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Did you even know what had happened?
No, it all happened so fast. I feel like I heard the knife drop. I felt his head kind of explode. I felt him die, kind of all at the same time. And I remember just thinking, like, when I saw the officer, I was like, oh, when he pulled his gun out, I knew that he was going to have to shoot me to shoot my attacker. There was no way he wasn't going to be able to do that. But luckily, we got the best officer there is out there with the best shot. And so with that 1 shot, he took our attacker's life and saved ours.
What a hero.
Yes.
What a story. And what lessons you shared. God bless you both for being here, for the strength that you showed in each other's arms.
Thank you.
Up next, I want you to meet a mom who was home alone with her baby and was faced with a difficult decision. So she killed a home intruder. The story you have to see to believe. Stay with us. That is unbelievable. Cherish Periwinkle, abducted by this man.
When they walked out the front door, and that's it. But now Cherish is dead.
What really happened the day this innocent girl was killed? That's coming up next week.
Long's Wholesale Furniture is having its 2nd annual Memorial Day Customer Appreciation Giveaway. Win one of 3 signature designed by Ashley $500 gift certificates. Discount coupons for everyone who registers. Stop by the store or visit our website, Facebook page, or newsforjax.com to register.
Overweight? Metabolic Research Center has been helping people lose weight for over 30 years. Metabolics programs are medically safe, quick and easy to follow, with several locations in Jacksonville as well as Palatka and St. Augustine. Pop into a Metabolic near you today, or check us out on emetabolic.com, or call 800-501-8090 and ask about our summer slim down program for quick results. Programs starting as low as 4 weeks for $49. Visit emetabolic.com or call today.
This is an important message for Florida homeowners. If your home was built before 1975, you may have cast iron pipes that are corroding right beneath your feet. Corroding pipes can cost thousands of dollars, if not more, to replace. Many insurance companies may change your policy to exclude damage from these pipes. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. To find out if your home is affected, visit pipelawsuit.com or call the number on your screen now.
Take that, asthma. Take that, back pain. Take that, broken leg. Take that, stroke. Take that, flu. Take that, chest pain. Go to a Memorial Hospital ER for the shortest average ER wait times in the area. Oh, and take that, tummy ache.
Long's Wholesale Furniture is having its second annual Memorial Day Customer Appreciation Giveaway. Win one of 3 signature designed by Ashley $500 gift certificates. Discount coupons for everyone who registers. Stop by the store or visit our website, Facebook page, or newsforjax.com to register.
All of us have been touched by cancer in some way, and we know treatments can be life-changing and expensive. Now making things worse, some insurance companies are refusing to pay for one life-saving therapy.
I want my husband to live and be here for our child.
The extreme lengths one Florida dad is taking to fight the disease.
They get angry because you shouldn't have to.
And the one step you can take right now to protect yourself from the same fate.
Cancer Cost, tonight at 5:15 on News 4 Jax.
We're back with shocking stories of violent home invasions. What happens when you're forced to make a life and death decision in an instant? One woman's quick thinking may have saved her life and her babies, but at what cost? Sarah's joining me. She's a young mother who was home alone with her infant when an armed man broke into her home. And he did it in broad daylight. What happened, Sarah?
Well, it happened at about 2 o'clock. It was, I mean, I guess at first he, walked up and was just knocking on the door, and I knew that something was, he was there for something bad. And so I was afraid to open the door. And so I was getting some clothes for my baby and trying to get somebody on the phone. All of a sudden I just got this really bad feeling. My son started screaming from the other side of the house. So I was like, I need to get to him. I had a German Shepherd in the house. It was acting very
skittish.
Yeah, something was not right. He was standing right behind me and, he just growled. And I don't know, it just freaked me out. So I, turned to walk down the hallway, and as soon as I did, he knocked on the door.
So he knocks on the door. It's an aggressive knock.
Mm-hmm.
Knock, knock, knock. And what'd you say?
I didn't say anything. I just had a sinking feeling, and I was like, oh my God. And I walked over to the door, and I saw who it was, and I moved the couch in front of the door because whenever my sister and her husband were there the night he came, they said, well, move the couch in front of the door because it would keep anybody from getting in the door, and then call the police. And anyways, so I did that, and also grabbed a gun, the 12 gauge that was my husband's, and went and gave my baby his bottle so that he would stop screaming, because I didn't want anybody to know where in the house we were, in case they got in.
And while you're doing this, does he get into the house?
Yeah.
How does he do that?
He finally kicked the front door, and he was going from door to door and just banging and kicking the doors. I was on the phone with 911 for 21 minutes.
Can I just play a little bit of that recording with 911? I want you all to understand the tension that everyone was obviously appreciating this time. Scott, play a portion of that, please.
There was a guy at my door, and I'm by myself with my infant baby. Can I please get a dispatcher out here? You mean, okay, hold on. Just hang with me a second. And are your doors locked? Yes, I've got 2 guns in my hand. Is it okay to shoot him if he comes in the store? Well, you have to do whatever you can do to protect yourself. I can't tell you that you can do that, but you do what you have to do to protect your baby. Is he trying to get in the door? He just keeps knocking.
So you're on the phone with 911. At this point, he's knocking, but ultimately he kicks in the door, gets past the couch, and not just you and him.
Mm-hmm.
And the 911 operator has said, do what you need to do to protect yourself and your baby. So what's the dialogue? What's the event?
Well, whenever he kicked in the door, I mean, he had to hit it with a lot of force, and there was something in his hand that flashed. The door had, been open so that the sunlight was coming through, and it like flickered, and it looked like a gun. And at that point was whenever I think I told the operator that I was gonna shoot or something, and just at that point, I guess, just pulled the trigger. I don't know. That part's, it's like in that second, it's kind of blurry, but everything before and after that is like in slow motion.
Did he say anything to you at all as he was busting through the door?
He didn't.
Did you ask him any questions?
I didn't.
So he opens the door, pushes the couch, you see him as something shiny, and you decide to protect yourself. And what happened after you shot him? It's all right, Lizette. Sorry. You did what you needed to do.
At that point, he just like, I don't know, it seems like slow motion, but I guess it probably happened pretty quickly, but, he standing straight up and just kind of like fell over the back of the couch. And when the police got there, he still had the knife. It was like a 12-inch, like, hunting knife, machete type knife. I don't know.
It's obviously, don't be sorry. You did what I think any of us would have done in that situation. Why are you being harsh on yourself about it?
It's hard, because, like, in my mind, I know that, what he was going to do and what he was there for. But at the same time, it doesn't take away from the fact that, it was a person. I don't know. It's not something that, you can understand until you've been there, because everybody thinks, oh, I would do this or I would do that. But the truth is, you don't know what you would do, because the last thing you're thinking about is, I don't know, it's just,
how did that decision change your life?
Oh my gosh, the whole thing, for a long time, I guess, like, the way that I tried to deal with it was not to deal with it. Like, I just avoided it, and, I got to where I couldn't leave my house. I couldn't, open a window or step outside of the door or anything. I couldn't walk past somebody or have somebody walk up behind me. And I don't know, it's just, I'm writing a book, and I think that, kind of brought it out, and, I had to deal with it, and it forced me to see, like, how bad it got, and, like I say, and I reference in that, I made it out alive, but the war just begun, and, the after part is, it lasts a long time,
So sorry. We'll be right back.
Turkey consumption is growing nearly 4 times faster than chicken.
Turkey burgers, turkey dogs, turkey bacon.
Are they turning this healthy bird into a lot more than what you bargained for?
All nuance.
That's coming up on Monday. Closed caption sponsorship brought to you by
Abdominal pain, bloating, you may have IBS. Ask your doctor about non-prescription IBGuard for the daily dietary management of IBS. IBGuard, Daily Gut Health Guard.
Melatonin is the body's own sleep ingredient. Only RemFresh uses ion-powered melatonin to deliver up to 7 hours of sleep support. #1 sleep doctor recommended RemFresh, your nightly sleep companion.
We are pleased to announce the opening of St. John's Interventional and Vascular Center. We still provide first-class vein and vascular care, and now we have expanded with our training as board-certified interventionists. We can provide more treatment services in spine fracture and uterine fibroids to help you through your daily life.
St. John's Interventional and Vascular Center. Call for more information or to schedule a screening.
During the Rooms to Go Memorial Day.
At risk. So, I'm a heart surgeon. And when you do heart surgery, it doesn't always go the way you want it to go. And every heart surgeon that I respect has skeletons in their closet. People who died because of decisions they made. Someone decided to do something to you, and you made a decision that you had to make, and no one's going to understand it unless they were there with you. But you can't have second thoughts about that. It's done. It's very defensible. You did it with the right energy, with a love in your heart, a love for your baby, and appropriate love for yourself. So I think, and I suspect the audience agrees, that most folks think what happened was what needed to happen, even though it wasn't a good thing. Do I speak for all of you? Pretty much? Well, I think we fired the shot, but the war had just started. But at least it's a war that you get to wage and grow from.
I don't know.
Does that click with you at all?
There's so much, that goes on in your mind, but, it's so hard to say. I mean, it's so deep, and it's not something that people understand, and so, I guess that's why, I just kind of shut off,
I don't think shutting it off is going to work.
I don't either.
Doesn't seem to be working. So what's the deepest thought you're having that's bothering you? It's holding you back from living your life and moving on with the child that you've got to protect.
Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, gosh, I don't even know what to say.
It's all right. You don't have to process it all. You talking to your stuff.
Wow, I didn't realize how numb I still was about it. I should have still shut off.
Do you talk to your family about it?
No, I just don't. I mean, I try to just, I don't know, it seems so, third person, I don't know what to say. I've got so much on my mind, I just don't know what to say.
Well, it usually starts with the first thing. So what's the one thing you would tell your family right now if they're watching, which they will be?
About
how to help you. How to help you heal.
I don't know. I know I've got to deal with it, but, I go back and look at pictures and I was just so blank, I didn't even look like I even,
I can tell you one thing for sure. Talking about it's going to be one of the ways you get better. So we're going to try to help a little bit with this, but you're going to have to talk to people who care about you and love you. Because the pain's never going to go away. And I know when someone invades your home, they're taking what's most precious to you. They're invading the family, the people you care about. You've been through a lot. But you're being harsh on yourself. You need another direction.
I just don't know what to do or how to, I guess how to deal with it. And so, I've tried to, numb it, I guess. The only way that I know how, but, it's just people just can't understand it, and people can think,
There are 200 people here who understand it just fine. Give people a chance to surprise you, they will. All right. I feel bad that you went through this, but I think you did the right thing. My personal take. Okay. How would you protect yourself against a terrifying home invasion? Experts show us how to protect your lives if you come face to face with an intruder, someone who could take you and your life and go away. Turkey consumption is growing nearly 4 times faster than chicken.
Turkey burgers, turkey dogs, turkey bacon.
Are they turning this healthy bird into a lot more than what you bargained for?
All nuance.
That's coming up on Monday. Stories from victims who have survived violent home invasions. Joining me now is self-defense expert Steve Cardian and forensic criminologist Dr. Casey Jordan. Take a look at these. I've got you both here, 2 world experts. Look at some footage of a real-life violent attack. Look at this. There's a woman. She's being attacked. Oh, my goodness. He's punching, and he's obviously a strong, big guy. Now, this is scary looking, and it's not done yet. The attacks are coming down the stairs, but unbelievably, this woman is doing fine, alive and well. The man, I'm happy to say, is in jail. When that kind of stuff happens, it's scary stuff. So what kinds of targets are men like this looking for, and what is their intent? That's the goal today. Do you have any thoughts, any insights you can share with us on that?
Keep in mind that that's not a burglar, okay? Burglars come in the middle of the day. Mostly they case it beforehand. They are looking for your goods, your jewelry, your cash. When somebody is willing to come into your house and knows you're there, they don't care. They have complete disrespect for human life, and they are willing to kill you. You've got to be ready to fight for your life because they don't care.
These stories that I'm hearing are often of that nature, which is why the behavior is irrational. It's not the kind of, you can't bargain.
Yeah.
So the best way to avoid a home intruder is to make sure your house is secure and that your family always knows what to do. So I want Steve to help us figure out the steps we need for our families to stay safe.
Dr. Oz, we have to have a plan in place. One of the things that I suggest people do is have a code for your family. Code red. That means everybody goes to a designated area. You need to have a safe room. And depending upon how your house is designed, it could be in the bottom floor, it could be the top floor. But generally, it could be something as simple as a bathroom shored up, a closet with a lock on it, or an elaborate setup that's reinforced with a prepaid cell phone, with a flashlight, with a first aid kit, with another phone that's in there. For $3 a month, you can get 30 minutes for free and have a designated room to go to and be safe.
Because they can cut your phone line after
Absolutely.
using a landline.
Especially the pros.
And we should probably also have our local police phone number, right? Just in case.
That's a part of having the plan. You see somebody breaking into your house, you grab your cell phone, you run to that safe room, you lock yourself in, you dial, have your local police department put into your favorites so you can go right to it, because 911, you never know where that call is going to go. You say, my name is Mary Smith, 123 Main Street, anywhere USA. I'm at the corner of Broad. Please, someone's trying to break into my home. Send the police. They will tell you what to do after.
Dr. Jordan, you have something to add to this you think might stop the problem from happening in the first place?
Well, keep in mind they're picking on you because you're vulnerable. So, especially if you live alone, I like to say it's not about the candlesticks. Sometimes it's about the candlesticks. But keep in mind, especially if you're a single woman, anyone who's vulnerable, you have a young child, you're older, you have to have cameras on the outside and on the inside of your home. And the good news is that today with technology and Wi-Fi, you can get cameras. You can buy them online and get an app for your phone or your iPad so that even if you're in your bedroom and you hear something going on outside, you can see what's going on in your home and out of your home without even getting out of your room. But Steve's right. Get a lock on the inside of your closet or know where you're going to go. We know where we're going to go if a fire breaks out, but we never think, what are we going to do if somebody kicks in our door and tries to attack us?
And when you say it's not about the candlesticks, I'm thinking you're right, because I would historically thought they came for the money.
No.
Give them the money, because you can always get money back. You can't get your life back. So with this in mind, I start asking around my team. My executive producer believes strongly in home security cameras. So I got her to agree to let me use her phone to demonstrate to you what's going inside of her home right now. Now, she uses this for lots of good reasons, talk to the kids, etc. You can talk to people through these things if you want to use it for communication. But this is an example. So this is actually her family room at the top, and I have the kitchen. Well, her kitchen, there's someone walking around who, since I know her, I know happens to be her husband. Just walking around. He should be at work. Why is he at work? But she can keep an eye on him too. Another side benefit.
That's right.
But then there's a playroom here with the kids. They're at school, so they're not there now. But you can see that you could actually see someone walking through your home. So you could actually begin to identify someone's casing out your place. This could be inside your home. They could be outside your home. And I have to thank her husband for doing all this for us. She's keeping busy. And these devices aren't expensive, less than $200. But you got to be prepared. Now, the women you met today were extremely brave, and they acted fast. When we come back, Steve is going to show us self-defense moves to keep you safe in a home invasion. These are things you can do, no matter how petite, how weak you may think, they will work. That's why he's got it for you. Stay with us. Cherish Periwinkle, abducted by this man.
When they walked out the front door, and that's it. But now Cherish is dead.
What really happened the day this innocent girl was killed? That's coming up next week.
Last July, Jeff Kowalczyk was impaled
with an intruder. What are the basic action steps?
You know, I have to use the example of Kaylee, Bree, and Sarah. Great job. They did it exactly the way that they should have. Never bargain your life for your property. Self-defense is always the last resort, but when you have to resort to self-defense, it may be the only resort that you have left. All right, we have some techniques that we're going to show you today. They're reliant on leverage, technique, and timing.
Right. Leverage, technique, and timing.
All right, you tried everything else. You tried every bargaining chip. Nothing's worked. Somebody who's irrational has got you. And Caroline, once I know the first step was you're going to be on the ground here, and he's going to be armed with a knife. All right, so this is not a good scenario. This is similar to what happened with Bree. And Caroline is on her back. She's tied up. You don't have any control. It doesn't seem like you have much control.
This would be a worst case scenario. You may wake up in your bed this way, knife is in your throat, and you're giving demands. She feigns that she's cooperating. Both hands are up. What she's going to do is slide my arm over, and her hand's going to go underneath, and she secures this to her chest. I'm not able to cut her. If I do, I might leave a mark. She traps my leg on this side. I'm like a table.
You guys come around. Tony, look in the back here. The foot is trapped. This is all the subtle stuff. So with your foot here, you trapped his foot. So now you have a little bit of a leverage, as you point out.
She does. I can't stop this because this side is completely cut off. She raises her hips straight up, rolls me over, pushes off, pins the arm to the ground, strikes, knocks the knife away, gets up, and she goes.
Oh, my goodness. That was pretty fast. So again, real quickly, I just trying to get it right. She locked your hand so you couldn't do damage, which is interesting because that's all. If you hold your hands in close to your body, that you're pretty strong inside here. That your core muscles are able to help you. And then using that little bit of leverage by locking your foot, she got you off balance and used leverage to push you off.
If I'm double her size, she still keeps that hand pinned. I'm a table. Take away two of my legs, the table falls. That's exactly the concept she used. Leverage technique in time.
All right, so that was Bree's situation. Next little lesson for us.
We have a hostage situation. Should you possibly be accosted as you're going into your house, or he's already in your house, and he does the hostage situation. He points the gun to your head. She's going to look at the gun for a minute, which kind of makes me move off. Then she looks away, brings the gun to her chest, pins it. I'm completely without leverage. She spins. I break my finger. If the gun is functional, she would use it on me. If it's not, she's going to strike, and then run away.
Just do that again. I'm sure that was so fast, but that's counterintuitive. So Caroline's moving her head here. Let's move your hair back a second, okay? Just so I can see it. So not to shut this up, guys, but okay. So you're moving your head, Caroline, towards me. Why does that?
That causes me to automatically keep pressure, so that when she looks to the left, the gun goes there.
Oh.
She secures it directly to her chest. I'm out of alignment. She's got so much space. Notice that she's leaning forward.
Oh,
she spins. If my finger was in the trigger, it's already broken. She gets away the gun.
Oh, my
if it's
goodness.
functional, she uses it. If not, she strikes it with me, with vigor, and she runs away.
But I'm seeing again that same principle. You're keeping your hands in close, so you have leverage when they don't. Okay, that's good. So I got a hostage situation. I've got a knifing, and then you have one more little tip you're going to show us.
We have a control technique, a choke. If somebody touches you in your neck, they mean to control you, hurt you real bad, or kill you. So he may try to gain compliance by doing this. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. She tucks her chin, raises her shoulder. Arms come over like sort of the guy dreaming genie. Steps in, sits her hips to the ground. I have no leverage. Puts her foot into my hip, holds me. I can't move. And she can strike. Even if I grab her leg, she comes over, and I'm in real big trouble here.
Okay.
She'll get up.
I'll do it one more time if you don't mind. These are too fast. No, don't pick me. I'm not doing that. Steven's like this the whole time. He's going like this. I'm not doing that. No, wait, just do this chokehold again.
Sure. Touch her neck. She's going to tuck her chin and raise her shoulders. That'll buy her some time with the pressure.
Just turn this way if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just your neck's tucked, right? And then the arms come across.
Arms
in close.
I can't hit her. She has me completely pinned. Now, she steps in so that she can create an angle so that I can't hold her up. She drops her hips to the ground.
Got it.
Once they sit, she goes 2-on-1, push-pull. I'm immobilized right now, and she will strike the center line, my groin, my stomach, my face, and I'm going to be real hurt now.
Guys, we're going to put these on DrOz.com. I want you to learn these moves. There's just 3 moves. They're all basically similar principles of keeping in close and hitting people where it hurts them. Thank you all for being a world expert. God bless you.
Great. We'll be right back.
Is it cured for Alzheimer's? Finally here.
Let's come up with brand new Alzheimer's. Why is it the biggest? Cherish Periwinkle is shopping with her sisters and Mother Rain at a dollar store when they're approached by a stranger. He's overheard Rain telling her girls there isn't enough money to buy them new dresses. He says he'd like to help and offers to take them to a Walmart where he says his wife will join them with a $100 gift card. In reality, there is no gift card or wife. The man, Donald James Smith, is a registered sex offender with 4 decades of arrests. He was released from prison just 21 days before. Smith will be charged with kidnapping, raping, and murdering Cherish. And the lives of all those impacted by Cherish before, during, and after her tragic death will be forever altered.
Miss Tuesday, Nancy Grace is here, and we're joined by Cherish's mother, Rain, in an exclusive interview. What she says everyone has gotten wrong about her daughter's death, and a polygraph test that may change everything. I'll see you next time.
They choose to take the sergeant's test, the lieutenant's test, and to move up within the department, within the ranks. But this was an officer clearly, based on all of the comments that we have heard from people who worked with him, from his fiancée. This man wanted to be out there with the people, specifically on the street, protecting and serving. This was what this man was all about.
And at 17 years on the force, he could theoretically, if he wanted to, have retired. So it means he started with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office when he was 32 years old. I don't know how long he was with the Atlantic Beach Police Department. 3 years. So he has spent the better part of his adult life as a police officer, protecting this community, working to make it a safe place, watching out for our kids, watching out for our neighbors.
So sad. 48 years old, died.
And as emotional as this is right now, I've got to imagine that the emotions will be even heightened during the funeral services. Because
Officer Whitaker
has lost his or her life. You have police agencies
died in a crash,
state, and in fact from around the country, who come in to pay their respects
when it was raining really bad Tuesday night.
So the scene that you're going to be privy to here right now will be essentially dwarfed by the fact that there will be so many more police cars, policemen and women, who are here to say goodbye to this courageous man.
Described as he was always the big, bold guy with the big smile. That's how many who remember Officer Whitaker would like for those of you who never had an opportunity to meet him to remember him. As you see in these photos, the big guy with the big, bold smile, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, on the day that Officer Whitaker died, was actually in Washington, D.C., participating in Police Memorial Day. And he said, this is the kind of call that you never want to get. You go to bed every night praying that you don't get this kind of call. And when we spoke with Steve Zona over the phone, he said, all I can do right now, in echoing the sentiment of all law enforcement, whether or not it's in Jacksonville or St. Johns County or Nassau County or around the state, is that you just pray for this officer's family that doesn't just include the fiancé whom you see here, or his 14-year-old son, or his fiancé's children, but the entire Jacksonville Sheriff's Office community. Because as we know, Bruce, over these years, and many of the officers that we know, this is a large family, and they have lost one of their own.
And they will make that very clear. I actually ran into a police officer this morning when I stopped to get a drink at one of the convenience stores, and we were talking about this, and he says, I really didn't know Officer Whitaker, but I can tell you that it has hit all of us very hard because of what you were just talking about, the fact that they are a family. When the funeral services are held, I think they call it an EOD, an in-duty call, which basically comes over the radio. And police officers and their families want to hear that call when they retire after their honorary service and they're on the heels of getting their pension. And when it comes in like this, it's something that's heartbreaking. Having covered a number of police funerals over the years, I can tell you that these stoic men and women who wear the uniform, who are tough on the outside, literally break down in tears, especially in a situation like this, because it is so tragic that this man lost his life in the prime of his life. 48 years old, presumably with so much to live for, a new marriage, a new family on the horizon. I don't know if, Karina, you can ask Tommy to zoom in a little bit, past that crowd that's standing there back to the bridge. You'll notice that there is a line of police cars with lights that are on right now. I know that the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office had asked other police agencies if they would like to please join them. I don't think I'm speaking out of school, Jen. And if you'd be surprised, or anybody would be surprised if St. Johns County isn't there, Nassau County, Baker County, and the other counties in and around the area, because they all work very closely together, be it from a business standpoint, an investigative standpoint, whatever standpoint.
And understanding the dangers of this job. they all put on that badge and belt, so to speak, every morning, and they just don't know if they're going to come home at night. That is the reality of being a law enforcement officer, regardless of where you hang your shield, so to speak, in which county. I know that Scott Johnson is also right there along Riverside Avenue. If we can bring him into the fold, you know what it strikes me, Bruce, as we look at this video. It's silent. This is a busy Riverside Avenue typically. There's just to the left, you can see, there's restaurants and whatnot. Scott's joining us now. It's quiet.
You feel the solemnity out there?
Yeah, guys, I really do out here. This is Riverside Avenue, right through the heart of Brooklyn. The picture you've been seeing, we are waiting on the procession to come over the bridge right there. I wasn't sure how big the crowd was going to be when we were here an hour ago, but within that span of an hour, hundreds of people have shown up from all over, people who have nothing to do with law enforcement and every agency you can think of. I know you were talking about other police agencies, but Tommy Pan to the left, we have the fire department right here. We have Department of Transportation, Florida Highway Patrol, pretty much anyone who works with our local roadway system saying this has hit them hard. I was just chatting with a woman who said she was working in the control center where they call in calls, the 911 call center for the fire department. She was walking into work when they got the call if it was happening, and it was like a pin drop in there. They were all totally focused on this call and what it was going on with Officer Whitaker as they were learning what was going on. This has been heartbreaking for those who work in community service, be it police, fire, or any sort of governmental agency that deals with the publics or our road system, and it has been horrific for so many people. I've out here talked to a lot of family members of motorcycle cops and other officers. The families are out here. I'm guessing, looking up and down this place near Jackson Street, right by the Riverside YMCA, I'm guessing 1,000 or so here, people lining the roads. I couldn't give you an exact number, but it is a lot of people have shown up. Everything is stopped as we await on the procession to come through here, through the heart of Riverside, as they make their way to the funeral home. Something that so many people tell me out here, how can you not support this officer and what he has done for the city? So it is a very busy, very somber scene. It is not a loud one. There are a lot of tears out here, but a lot of people just heartbroken to watch this news. Some people say they heard about it through friends and family who work with JSO or the fire department or all the other agencies. Others say, well, I just saw it on the news and I had to come down and be here for this. So we are waiting right now. It does appear like something. Let me get a shot, a look at what my camera is seeing. Yes, we are now seeing the bridge that comes from over to downtown into Brooklyn. You see those motorcycle officers and a pace car in front. It does appear like the procession is starting to come our way into the heart of Riverside. This is something that so many people are here. There are so many cars, so many flashing lights right now, all to pay honor to this one officer. Guys, we are waiting on the body here any moment now to pass right where we're at.
Scott, I know that you have worked in Jacksonville for many, many years. You know law enforcement, particularly out in Clay County, which is where you live. Talk a little bit about what kind of feedback you've received, not just from those that are there, but just in general, knowing how tight-knit, this law enforcement community is, regardless of Duval, Nassau, St. Johns counties.
All the agencies immediately came to their brothers in arms defense, Jen, just because they all were heartbroken on this. They were all on social media. You immediately saw the black and blue police monikers everywhere, that they were standing in solidarity with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. When this happens once, and I guarantee you it's not just our region, it's all over the state, all over the country. We're struggling to get a shot for you right now because everyone else is trying to get a picture of this procession. Tommy, I think you could probably move the camera. Let's move it a little more in because they have shut the road down, so we're a little safe to put our camera out here. But law enforcement is very tight-knit because this is something that hits them personally, because they all know when they go out on the road, they don't know what they're going to run into. Essentially, so many people out here told me put their life on the line every single day, and that is why people are coming, because they know this is the worst-case scenario. This is the sad city procession we are now seeing here right through the heart of Riverside, guys.
Scott, you bring up an interesting point. I know it's cliche. It sounds like something made of movies, but if you are the wife or the husband of a police officer, if you're any sort of relative, you never know whether or not they're going to come home. You never know what they're going to confront. And this is certainly a family's worst nightmare. And we live, dare I say, in a day and age where there is too much of a lack of respect for law enforcement and for police officers. It is heartening to see that this community has shown up to show the police officers who live and go on and survive that they care, they respect them, they appreciate their service. And also to Officer Lance Whitaker and his family, that they appreciate his many years of service to this city of Jacksonville. Again, just listen to the silence for a minute here.
And that's what you see, Bruce. That's what it is, silence.
So we've not been told, but when the hearse reaches the Hardage Gittens funeral home, I would have to assume that there will be some pallbearers, perhaps fellow officers, friends, family, who will escort the coffin into the funeral home. I don't know what plans are for visitation. We don't know yet what funeral plans are for this fallen officer. But they certainly do.
Yeah, of course, we've been asking JSO, but obviously, at this point, they want to honor him. His fiancée lives in Texas. He has a 14-year-old son. So time will tell as to when those funeral arrangements will be made.
That's what anybody's made of. Make funeral arrangements. There are logistics. You have to make sure that people who are from out of town can get here. And in this case, because I do know so many other police agencies are going to want to be represented and show their respect, you've got to allow that for it as well. It would surprise me if the funeral services weren't held by sometime midweek. This is the end stop for this funeral procession. Started downtown at the medical examiner's office.
Just those officers are standing at attention, waiting for the hearse to come, carrying the body of Officer Lance Whitaker.
And make no mistake about it, if it were pouring rain, they would be standing there still.
Let's listen.
As we watch this, can we get to Ashley Harding, who was at the ME's office when this procession left? Okay, Chris Parento, I understand, is at the funeral home right now. Chris?
Bruce, these officers have been out here for more than an hour, standing, waiting for this funeral procession to come through. It has finally made its way here to almost the corner of Oak and Addison in Riverside, where it will make a left turn. There are more officers waiting, standing at attention, as Officer Lance Whitaker's body will then be transferred from the hearse into the funeral home, where it will be guarded by JSO officers around the clock until he is laid to rest. That funeral procession, with that escort from the medical examiner's office, has now reached almost the end.
Are you noticing any other law enforcement agencies that are there? I think I see Florida Highway Patrol just in the background there.
Yeah, Jen, that is what we are seeing for Highway Patrol. I'm seeing Jacksonville Airport Police that have been out here as well.
Members of the community service team wearing the bright yellow shirts there on the left, flanking to the right. Motorcycle officers who led the escort, standing now at attention as the hearse maneuvers to a spot.
As you're looking at these patrolmen, particularly the motormen, they train for years because they are, off-duty work for, various funerals. Never can you imagine would they ever think that this would be the job that they would have to do today.
Certainly a job they never want to do.
Never.
They want police officers standing at attention, saluting. the hearse driver, and we'll bring into position. And Officer Whitaker's remains will be taken there to the Hardage Giddens funeral home. Presumably, if there is a visitation for a service or what have you, it will be held there. Don't know where Officer Whitaker is going to be laid to rest. Again, as we've said a couple of times, those funeral arrangements have not been finalized yet.
Many have been wondering what they can do to help Officer Whitaker's family. There is a memorial that's been set up in his honor at ViStar Credit Union. Any locations there contributing to the Officer Lance Whitaker Fund, if you so feel desire to help his family in this just sudden, tremendous loss. He does leave a 14-year-old son, a fiance, as we mentioned. There will also be a fundraiser of sorts tomorrow. Proceeds from a comedian at the comedy club will be donated. 50% of those will be donated in honor of Lance Whitaker to his family. His name will be engraved, no doubt, to join those of his fallen brethren on the shrine outside Veterans Memorial Arena.
Ironically, it was, 2 weeks ago that they held their annual service. And next year, at this time, during this month, it is a time that will be very difficult, yet again, for Officer Whitaker's family, because they relived the tragedy. But there is some comfort in knowing that the community is there. The community cares. And this community's heart is so big. The outpouring of love is being felt.
The big, bold guy with the big smile is how he'll be remembered.
I was wondering if we would see the pallbearers escorts Officer Whitaker, but they're pulling into a private garage there. I'm going to ask that you all pause for a moment of silence, prayer, to show respect and love for this fallen officer. Our coverage of this heartbreaking event continues today on the News at Noon and newsforjax.com.
Local station on TV, on the go, and online at newsforjax.com for new developments on this breaking news alert.
Instagram, then you're not one of the almost 700,000 people who have